norapusfitasari and my partner Veramitha putri. So, we are from Administration Business Batam Polytechnic. So, how are you today, guys? I hope everything is fine in this situation. We are now the condition of the earth is not good because coronavirus. For that, we all must be in house to prevent transmission of coronavirus. So, we make this video from our respective homes, and this video to fulfill a segment to Miss Yulinda about how to be trainer and trainee. So, don't forget to subscribe our channel and like this video. Happy watching and stay healthy. See you on the next video.
I am Jason Jones with CorporateTrainingPro.com, and I help people find well-paying, fulfilling jobs in the corporate training and development field. I want to share with you today how to become a corporate trainer. And if you go to the website, you're going to learn much more about this, but I want to give you, in a nutshell, very quickly, some things that you need to be thinking about, specifically 6 areas that you really need to think about that can move you forward in your journey. So let's get started here. The first one is you have to decide. You've got to go for it. Now, a lot of people think, oh, I'm just going to dilly-dally around, and if I'm going to do some things here and there. I'll read a few books, and then maybe something comes up, I'm going to apply for the job. That's not how you become a corporate training professional. This is about going all in. If you truly want to do this, commit to it, decide, and then that's going to really pave the way for what you're going to do next. Now, the next thing we want to do is you have to create a plan. Just like the first one, you can't just think that you're going to do it haphazardly and it's going to work out for you. No, you've got to have a plan. You've got to have a strategy from A to Z, from the beginning point of how you build some of the things I'm going to talk about next that can get you where you want to be. A goal and specific steps, a stair-step plan to get you to where you want to be within your profession and within your life. Here's the next thing, and that is you've got to put forth the effort. I've talked to way too many people who say, what's the shortcut? How do you do this? How do I get experience? But I don't have any experience. And the short answer of that, you can see another video, but is you've got to do some work. You've got to get out there. You've got to promote yourself. Maybe even develop your own training program. You've got to do some things that's going to be effortful, and you've got to put that effort behind your plan and your goals and your commitment. Here's the next thing we want to do, and that is you've got to build your knowledge. You've got to continually be building your knowledge and doing it strategically. That way you can apply it to create your experience, but also what's going to happen is that you're going to be able to talk it better than anyone else. Okay? And there's some specific things that you can build knowledge around, adult learning and facilitation and some other things. And I've got another video and there's information on my website about this as well. But you've got to build your knowledge and put effort into that. Now, the last one here, or the fifth one here, is that we want to get experience. And this is actually what we want to put on the resume that proves that you bring value to people. And you can get that experience. Don't expect someone to give it to you. I also have a video on this as well. You can go and get that experience, and you can have some highly valuable things on your resume and things that will actually make you very attractive to companies and organizations. And then the final one here is that you have to be strategic about your job search. Now, a lot of people think they're going to go get a job by using an online job board, a job website, or maybe LinkedIn, Indeed, or Monster.com, something like that. And it takes much more than that. Your level of success will be less than 20% if you decide to just use those methods. You've got to do more. I teach you how more to do that, but you got to use your network. You got to find the hidden job markets that are out there. You've got to look within your own organization. You've got to cultivate relationships with recruiters and headhunters. And there's a number of different ways you can become strategic. Now, if you do these things, you decide to do it, you commit, you create a plan, you put forth the effort every day, you build your knowledge and your experience, and you're strategic about your job search, you can become a corporate training pro. Now you notice these things right here, most people will not do that. Most people will actually stop here at creating a plan. And that's one thing that I actually help people do, is to create a plan. You've got a proven plan and strategy and a way to create and build yourself into a highly valuable corporate trainer that people will want to hire. So go to my website, and I actually have a free video training where you can learn how to break into the training and development field.
How to be a good trainer. Trainer is a person who provides training or training to trainee. A good trainer is able to make training participants have skills or expertise in accordance with the training material delivered. What makes a good trainer? Successful trainers process most of them to some degree, and they work diligently to improve or compensate for what they consider to be their more challenging area. First, good communication skills. The essence of a trainer's job is to get information across to others in a way that helps them learn. That means being able to communicate verbally, non-verbal, and in writing. Training professionals need to be able to convey information clear and concisely, and they need to know how to listen. They need to know when to speak and when to remain silent, how to encourage others to speak, and how to end a discussion. They need to know when and how to ask questions. Communication skills can be learned and improved, but because communicating is so vital to a trainer's job, the most successful training professionals are people who truly enjoy communicating. Second, enthusiasm for learning skills a trainer. And you are usually find someone who loves to learn. That's good, because trainers are in constant learning mode. Every new project brings a new challenge and a new learning curve. For most trainers, part of the fun is a learning about subjects they would never have understood if they had not needed to teach them. In addition, trainers are continually challenged to learn more about too complex, rapidly changing field of training and find ways in which they can improve their professional skills. Third, creativity. Training solutions are seldom simple. Trainers must consider a variety of factors, including limited resources, when deciding how to meet a specific need, and what works for one project might not work for the next. The most successful trainers are those who think creatively so they can go beyond obvious solutions and find innovative, cost-effective ways to help people learn. 4. Flexibility and the ability to think on one's feet. People who like things to be pretty much the same day after day may find training a difficult field. Trainers to be able and willing to change direction on a dime and respond quickly to the unexpected. The most successful trainers are those who can let go of what's not working, adapt quickly to change or new information and deal with the challenges that are likely to come up just as they think that everyone is under control. 5. Energy and enthusiasm. Training is not a passive sport. It requires the active involvement and attention to detail that comes from being interested in what you do and caring about doing it well. Trainers who bring a contagious energy and enthusiasm to their work energize learning and stakeholders alike. 6. Good organizational, resource management, and time management skills. Training is a constant juggling act. Training professionals need to keep lots of balls in the air at the same time if they want to achieve results. Like any other project, training requires the ability to plan, stay on track, and help others do the same. Find and use resources and make the most productive use of available time. 7. The ability to work well with others. Just as staging a theatrical production, putting on a conference, or getting a new product to market requires the collaborative efforts of a group. Training is a team activity. Successful trainers don't hide away in cubicles. They engage with others to share ideas and solve problems so that the training programs that provide meet participants' needs and the organization goals.
Okay guys, first I want to tell you what is training. What is? So, training is teaching or developing in oneself or others any skills and knowledge or fitness that relate to specific useful competitions. Training has specific goals of improving one's capability, capacity, productivity, and performance. It forms the core of apprentices and provides the backbone of content in addition to basic training required from a trade, occupation, or profession. Training may continue beyond initial competence to maintain, to upgrade, and to update skills throughout working life. People within some professions and occupations may refer to this sort of training as professional development. Training also refers to the development of physical fitness related to Training also refers to the development of physical fitness related to a specific competence such as sports, martial arts, military application, and some occupations. So, I want to tell you types of training. The first is physical training. Physical training concentrates on mechanistic goals. Is training programs in this area develop specific motor skills, agility, strength, or physical fitness, often with an intention of peaking at a particular time. In military use, training means gaining the physical ability to perform and survive in combat, and learn the many skills needed in a time of war. These include how to use a variety of weapons, other survival skills, and how to survive being captured by the enemy, among many others, and see military education and training. And for psychological and psychological reason, people who believe it might be beneficial to them can choose to practice relaxation training or autogenic training in an attempt to increase their ability to relax or deal with stress. While some studies have indicated relaxation training is useful for some medical conditions, autogenic training has limited results or has been the result of few students. Okay, the second is occupational skill training. Some occupations are entirely hazardous and require a minimum level of competence before the participant can perform the work at an acceptable level of safety to themselves or others in vicinity. Occupational diving research, firefighting, and operation of certain types of machinery and bicycle may require assessment and certification of a minimum acceptable competence before the person is allowed to practice as licensed instructor. The third is on-job training. Some commentators use a similar term for workplace learning to improve performance, training, and development. There are also educational services available online for those who wish to receive training above and beyond that which is offered by their employers. Some examples of these services include career counseling, skill assessment, and supportive service. One can generally categorize such training as on the job or off the job. The on-the-job training method takes place in a normal working situation using the actual tools, equipment, documents, or material that trainer will use when fully trained. The job training has a general reputation as most effective for vocational work. It involves employee training at the place of the work while they are doing the actual job. Usually a professional trainer or sometimes an experienced and skilled employee serve as the instructor using hands-on particular off-the-job training method take a place away from normal work situation, implying that the employee doesn't count as directly productive worker while such training takes place. Off-the-job training method also involves employee training at the site away from the actual work environment. It often utilizes lectures, seminars, case studies, and role-playing and simulation, having the advantage of allowing people to get away from work and concentrate more thoroughly on the training itself. This type of training has proven more effective in calculating concepts and ideas. Okay, next type is religion and spirituality. In religious and spiritual use, the word training might refer to the perfection of the mind, heart, understanding, and action to obtain a variety of spiritual goals, such as, for example, closeness to God or freedom from suffering. Not, for example, the initiality spiritual training of the threefold training in Buddhism, meditation in Hindu, and this key places in Christian. This exam of training can be shorter or can last a lifetime, depending on the context of training and which is religious group it is a part of.
Hello, good morning Nora. I will training you how to sell on Shopee the first time. How do I make my shop? First, create an account on the shopee.co.id site and click register. You must add and verified number, mobile and email. Second, visit the seller center and select store profile to complete your store profile. Third, your store profile consists of three parts. First, store name. Choose a distinctive and easy to remember store name that can describe your store and product according to Shopee's naming guide. Second, image description. Upload up to 5 photos and video to give your store a strong brand identity. Third, store description. Make a brief and concise description to attract shoppers visiting your store. You can add various information such as store history, product type or time of reply to chat. Do not enter personal information such as email and number of handphone or carry out transaction with buyers outside of Shopee. Okay Nora, is it clear that the explanation I provide? Okay Nora, the second method. How to add the first product. Before you add product, see the prohibited and restricted goods policy to ensure your product can be uploaded in accordance with Shopee's terms and conditions. After complete, you can follow the steps below. The first, visit the seller center and select my product. Second, click add new product and enter the name, category, product attribute, and description. Third, upload photos of your product taken professionally at high resolution. Fourth, choose shipping arrangements such as weight, package size, shipping cost, and shipping service. Please note that each shipping service has shipping costs or different terms for package size and weight. For smooth delivery, select Shopee Support Send Service. Okay, Nora, from my explanation, is there anything this is not understood? If you do not understand, you can ask and I will explain again. Okay, last material. How to ship the first order. After you get your first order, you must do the following. First, at the seller center, visit my order page and click need to ship. Second, see which order must be sent on the need to ship menu. Third, click shipping or bulk shipping to determine the shipping time. Make sure you arrange the shipment before the packaging deadline. 4. Pack your product according to steps to order from Shopee and add necessary documents such as receipt number. 5. Deliver order to selected delivery service. Sending order will be easy if you choose Shopee supported send service. Okay, Nora. Okay, thanks for coming today in the training session how to sell for the first time in Shopee. Bye-bye.
Okay guys, I will training you on how is okay guys, I will training you on how to sell on Shopee. Follow the step is okay. Next I will training you on how to sell on Shopee. The step is one. You must
Tunggu. Berarti aku habis pembukaan agenda rapat kan aku sebutin. Ya kan ya?
Sih, pembukaan tuh masuk lagi loh. Pembukaannya aja ya. Crop-nya banyak kan loh.
Gak apa-apa Devi kok nyenggol lagi salah.
3 menit.
Devi jangan.
Enggak, ulang aja kayak gini.
Ulang aja.
habis pembukaan agenda rapat kan aku sebutin. Ya kan ya?